PA Empowerment Network is a game changer, uniting individuals with shared goals to support and uplift each other, providing resources, mentorship, and a sense of community. Empowering people means giving them the tools and confidence to thrive and create positive change in their lives and communities.
Good evening. How you guys doing this evening? And welcome to the PA Empowerment Network. My name is Kendall Stevenson. I'm always the host of the Empowerment Network or the Empowerment Show. So this evening, I got a nice little treat for you guys this evening. She is Claudette Williams of the Women's Veterans Museum. Hi, Claudette. How you doing?
I'm good, thanks. How are you?
Can you see me?
I sure can.
Are we good?
We all good. We all
Now, how's
good.
today's going? How's today? You having a good day today?
Today is an exciting day. And the most
it-
exciting piece of this is that I am on the PA Empowerment Network. That is
Thank you guys for coming on. For those that don't know, she's plans to host a show here once a week on Thursday around about 6 o'clock or around about this time. So you get an opportunity, tune in, make sure you hit the subscriber button and say, hey, Miss Claudette. Miss Claudette, I understand you have somebody with you today.
Yes, I have a gentleman by the name of Teron Stevenson on with me today.
Well, we got the double Stevensons, huh?
Yes, there you go. I'm outnumbered.
Yeah, outnumbered, huh? The one Stevenson in the front, one Stevenson in the back.
Yes, there you go. I'm secure. I'm secure.
You're secure.
Yes.
So
Yeah.
this program that you plan on starting up, what's happening with it? What's the deal about it? Talk to me.
This program is going to be about it's going to be a place where you can come on and feel free to chat, and we're going to share ideas, and we're going to build, and we're going to create vision. And that is what it's about. It's going to be like, as you stated before, it's going to be about empowering each other. And so I'm looking forward to it. And we're going to bring some amazing, as you stated before, I created the Women Veteran Museum. So we're going to also bring on some amazing women who have done some really wonderful things. And I mean, I will say next week, I want everyone that can tune in, please tune in, because we're going to be talking about culture and the military and how we have these different cultures and how we come together and created, make success to be successful.
Down here in the marquee, as it's scrolling by, it says Boots to Heal. Is that the name of the show or your podcast?
Yes.
Well, let's let everybody know what it is. Let's put it in the background back there so everybody can see what it is and everybody can know just who it is and what show it is that we got going on today.
Yeah.
So from this point here, you know what I'm going to do? Because I know you got to guess, and I know you guys want to chit chat and talk. So I'm going to disappear and let you do your thing. Okay.
All righty. But before you disappear, let me just also make it be known why we have those boots to heal. If you see the logo, you'll see that those boots, and those are some military boots, and those heels is just showing how we transition from those boots to heal. We're women of style and class, and that is why you have our boots to heal. We can do many things.
Yeah, let me ask you. Most of the time, when someone says veteran or you hear the word veteran, don't they ask you, are they talking about your husband?
What happened? You? Well, yes. And so we this is how the museum that you mentioned before, this is how it was created, because I was looked upon as the wife versus the person who served. And it's so fitting. Do you know what today is? What is June 12th?
Women's Veterans Day, isn't it?
Exactly. Today is Women Veterans Day. And so it is so fitting that we're starting our first show on such a day.
And let me be the first to say thank you for your service.
It was my pleasure to serve.
I want to get there before everybody else get that opportunity. I think I should have it first, since it's my network, right?
Yes, you should.
And let me be the first to say congratulations on your new show.
Thank you.
Well, thank you.
No, for you, young lady, Mr. Stevenson. Do you do?
Thank
okay,
you.
So again, I'm going to disappear and I'm going to let you have your conversation with the other Mr. Stevenson. Okay?
I appreciate
All right, brother. You ever served?
All right, brother.
Have you ever served?
No.
Oh, well.
No, I've not.
Thank you for being a spouse of one that has served. Because if she served, you had to serve too.
You all served. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Ask my
Absolutely.
wife, bro, because she'll tell you she had to serve when I served.
That's right.
It's funny. I met a lady yesterday in the museum. Not yesterday in the museum. I met her at Northampton Community College, and she's a wife of a veteran that served for 35 years. And
Wow.
I said I just thank her for her service because she was raising the kids. She was in the background, so I thank her for her service.
Was her name Mildred Stevenson? No, I'm just kidding. Just kidding. All right, you guys, I'm going to disappear. And have a good show.
But
See you in
Okay,
about,
thank you. Thank you so
see you
much.
about 20 minutes or so. All right.
All righty then. So, Mr. Stevenson, how are you today?
I'm good, baby. How you doing?
I'm doing good. So, this is our first show. Welcome, welcome, welcome to our new podcast. There's so many good things that we have to look forward to in the next couple of weeks. But I just wanted to kick it off today. We had two female veterans that are unable to join us today because there's so much celebration going on, celebrating them for their service. So I appreciate you coming on and joining me on this day. And to help me to celebrate women veterans all across this country and those that are right here in Monroe County.
Of course, because I'm your biggest cheerleader. So I appreciate it. Even
Okay.
though even though it's a nice surprise. But of course.
Hey, hey, she disappeared on us. I guess she's gonna have to
Disappeared
wait
on
to
me, yeah.
see. Yes, yeah, you know how it is, man, with the technology. That's how it is sometimes. It just comes and it goes. But yeah, when she was talking about the women's veterans, man, and the difficulties that they have to go through, and I got an opportunity to go through one of the events that they had, and I'm telling you, there was a woman there. She had spent some time in Vietnam. I believe she was Laos, and she was a prisoner of war. And to listen to her story was it could really bring tears to your eyes to listen to that woman's story. To tell how she
Exactly.
had to go through the jungle and bringing her husband and the child, and then the child. I guess the child didn't have any shoes, but she was trying to make the child go anyway,
Was
and the
that Kim?
child was laughing. Yeah, Kim,
Yes.
man, her
Yes.
story is incredible. I don't know if I could have did that. I'm telling you, she's what is it, 10 years that she spent in a prisoner of
Yes.
war camp?
She is an
Yep.
I mean, I don't know if I could
amazing.
do that.
Yeah, she's
She's
an
an amazing
amazing
person.
woman.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
she's
Yes.
amazing to me. She's someone that I could look up to. All right, I
Absolutely.
see we got over this technical difficulty. Take your time. All
Yeah.
right.
Okay. I wish you had the clipping from that episode that we could really show and share her story, just a little piece of it. You
All
know.
you got to do is ask.
Yes.
Hmm.
Is it right by your finger?
uh, I want to say yes, but
On your fingertip?
it's gonna take me a minute to go through it. I
Yeah,
got.
yeah, yeah. It's just so fitting. And as a matter of fact, you know what happened? I actually will, might be able to call her and no, but then I'll need to send her the link and then she'll need to click on. But it would have been nice to get her on today, you know. But
Absolutely. Absolutely.
like I'll say to my audience, stand by, you're in for a treat. As we go through these next couple of weeks, and you'll meet that same woman by the name of Kimmy. And if you want to meet some other or some of these amazing women, is our 50-50 initiative will be September 27th at Kalahari Resorts. Tickets are on sale right now. You want to come out, you want to meet women veterans from all across the 50 states, where we will give them their flowers now. So
We're gonna take about 30 seconds. Maybe you might just get a hold of Kimmy. Who knows? And
okay,
we're gonna pay the bills right quick. We got about 40 seconds. So let's pay the bills.
okay, sounds good.
Hello, I'm Chantel Davis from Willie Mae's Place and Legacy Vines Winery, located in Gilbert, Pennsylvania. We're the only restaurant and winery experience where we pair delicious homemade scratch kitchen Southern comfort food with delicious homemade wine. All of our tastings will include some type of food and wine portion pairing, so definitely check us out. You can visit us at williemaysplace.com, legacyvineswinery.com, and also follow us on our socials, Willie Mae's Place Restaurant. Hope to see you soon.
You ever eaten there, brother?
Yes, I have.
Oh,
The food is
man.
amazing.
Dude, she made me some grits when she put the cheese in the grits and some fish. Oh, my. I'm telling you.
Yes.
You know,
The
my
food was
birthday is
amazing.
coming up. Her name is Chantel. My
Yes.
birthday is coming up in a couple of days. So, you know, Miss Claudette, I'm, you know.
Are you getting a
putting out
cold?
there.
Are you
Yeah,
getting a cold? Okay.
Gotta get this birthday out of my throat, you know.
What date? What date is your birthday?
What day is your birthday?
June 17th.
June 17th. Okay.
There you go. On
All righty.
Tuesday.
You
Okay.
know whose birthday is coming up next?
Tupac,
No.
What
hers.
date is Tupac?
June 16th.
Okay, and then after that, which one?
After?
Yeah,
It's gonna be him and then you.
Claudette
Yeah.
Williams,
Oh,
June
your birthday-
26th.
Yes.
June what?
26.
Oh, you're a crab. You know, my wife's birthday is July 6th. Damn crabs. I'm telling you, boy. Woo.
You
My
gotta
man,
love us.
I hope you got
love
deep
us.
pockets. I hope you got deep pockets.
Oh my God.
All right. Let me let you get back to your conversation.
Yeah,
and-
I still am waiting on Kimmy. So maybe on our next commercial break, I'll see if I can grab her just for a few minutes. But you
Okay,
know,
well, you
yeah.
still got a little time to worry about it. We've only been on for 12 minutes, so
But you know what? I mean, if you don't have to go, I'll see this. You know, you and Tehran can accompany me today. But I could share with you what I had an experience today, which was out of this world. So there's a young lady in Monroe County. Her name is Louisa Domblowski.
oh, I know Louisa.
Yeah. So she told me about a cousin of hers who has a museum in his house. And someone called her cousin and said, "Hey, do you know of a Sergeant Major Williams that is in Monroe County? Do you know her?" And Louisa was like, "Yes, I know her." And he said, "I would love to meet her." And so, you know, Louisa set up an appointment for us to meet, and we went up and meet him today. Very, very profound. Today's Women Veterans Day. I have to keep saying that. But I was amazed at his collection. And to top it off, he has his sister's uniform
Mm-hmm.
that was given to him from, I don't even know the time frame. I've never seen a uniform like that. He had not opened the box. He opened that box today. And when I left his house today, guess what?
What's
Yeah.
that?
I have the uniform with me.
Oh,
He donated the uniform
Wow.
to the museum. That is a
I'm sure
rare.
That's a big deal.
It is. It is. I haven't even opened the uniform out completely because I'm still in awe. You know, so I am looking forward to opening up that uniform, putting it on a mannequin, and tell her story. But she was a Navy. So this is how our day went.
I have so many videos. I'm trying to find that one for you.
Yes.
I
And-
can't
and
believe how
then-
many videos I have.
And then you know what I also got yesterday? The Speaker of the House, Pennsylvania Speaker of the House, Joanna McClinton, sent me yesterday a picture of myself that it was on the reel in the Rotundo in the state capitol saying Women Veterans Day, congratulations, celebrating Sergeant
Mhm.
Major Claudette Williams. So that too was exciting. I think we lost our
Yeah, we lost Mr. Stevenson.
yes.
He disappeared on us.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. He tuned in. He's looking in. Well, look like he's back, and he's back in action.
And he's back! Yay! Touchdown!
Hey. All right. Yeah, it's gonna take me a minute.
So what do you have to say?
It's gonna take me a minute to look for that video because I got it on the SD drive, a SSD.
Oh,
and
okay.
it's like 1,000 terabytes, and I got to look
Yeah.
through about 1,000 videos.
What do you have to say, Mr. Stevenson?
Which one?
Mr. Not the senior. Mr. Stevenson, can you hear us?
I don't think he can.
Ron
Teron,
Stevenson,
can you hear me?
Can you hear us?
I don't think he can hear you.
I don't
Can
think
you hear me? Ron,
Ron,
can you hear
can
me?
you hear us?
No, he's looking the other way. Can you hear
Me.
us? Can you hear? Can you hear? Can't hear you. Can't. Yeah, he's looking up into the ceiling. All right, this is a great one.
All right.
All right.
So I'll say this. Okay, we lost him again. So
He went back
today, this is really an introduction and a testing for what is to come. Today is Women Veterans Day. We celebrated this. This is the signing of the Integration Act in 1948, where it highlights women were able to be recognized as service members and to be able to receive their benefits.
Right.
And so this is why we're here today, just to kick this off in a fun kind of atmosphere, as we test out our.
All right, I'm going to disappear for a second. Sorry. You
Yes.
guys go to chit chat. You got about another 15 minutes, okay?
Okay. All right. Mr. Stevenson, can you hear us?
Yes, I
Teron?
can.
Okay.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. All right then.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah. So as I was saying before, that this was like really a test show run to kick off what is to come for the next couple of weeks, and also to highlight and celebrate the signing of the Integration Act in 1948 on June 12th. So I appreciate everyone who's listening, everyone who's on. Teron, I appreciate you coming on and keeping my company as we test this podcast out and as we share the history of the Integration Act.
Well, I'm happy that you have a platform now to actually highlight what you do, because I know you do it from the bottom of your heart and with good intentions. So I'm glad you have this platform, and I hope it grows and grows. And wish you all the best.
All right. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. I mean, as always, you feel strength when you have the support behind you. And I do appreciate you, and I do appreciate everything you do to keep me upright.
Absolutely. I wouldn't have it any other way, dear.
All right. Thank you. So if we jump back to the Integration Act, if you remember, in December 20th, we had the movie that was by Tyler Perry that came out, The 6888. If you have not seen that movie, please watch that movie. It's the story about the 855 Black women who served during World War II. And it shows their resiliency, and it shows their strength in what they went through. But not only that, during that time, the Integration Act was not signed. They served during 43, 44, 45. The Integration Act was signed in 1948. So they served without their recognition as soldiers. After their 2 years was completed, it was a thank you so much, goodbye. They were recognized later on in life. And at what point, if I'm correct, I think it was maybe 2019, they were recognized for their service, and it brought them into the forefront. And at that point, I think it was maybe around 6 of them that were still alive. I had the opportunity to meet one of them in 2020 at Arlington Memorial. So it also shows that these women served our country And it was not for the glory and it was not for money, but it was for the honor of serving our country. And this was something that they wanted to do so much, like so many of us that are still serving or are still telling the story of women who have served. What was your view, Teron, on the movie The 6888?
Actually, I haven't seen it yet,
Oh,
but not now. I didn't even know. I'm gonna be honest with you. I didn't even know it was a Tyler Perry movie. So I'm definitely, because Tyler is hot right now. So I'm definitely gonna see it. Gonna look at, gonna watch it, and then I will definitely give you my review. Because I always have a review after a movie.
we had a movie night at the museum. What happened? I don't
I wa-
remember.
I wasn't there. I'm so
Yeah.
sorry,
Oh
but
my
I don't remember
Lord.
what it was.
Okay. All right. We
I'm
definitely.
Yeah,
You're coming in. I think we're having some mic problem. Miker, breaker 19. Come on in. Can you hear me?
I hear me.
You're still coming in broken.
I
Mic
can
check,
hear you.
mic
Can you hear
check.
me?
Yeah, with that echo.
You guys all right?
Yes,
Yeah.
we're having some mic issue.
Well, he's using his cell phone, right?
Yes. Oh, that's
Yes.
why. Okay. Well, Kendall, you've seen this 6888, right?
The who? I'm
The
sorry.
movie, the 6888.
Um,
Oh,
it doesn't
oh,
ring a bell.
oh my
What's
God.
it about?
The 855 Black women who served during
Oh,
World.
the with the mail.
Yes.
Yeah, okay, yeah. I did. I saw
Okay.
that.
Yeah, not those, don't just recognize them for their job, the male, their unit was
I
the
understand. I understand.
6888.
I understand that they're unit. Please, I'm not trying to belittle them.
I
You
know
asked me
you
if
are
I
not,
remember the
but
movie, and the main thing that came to the movie was the way that they handled the mail. Out of all of the things that they did, out of all of the things that they did in that particular movie, was they were able to do something that someone else was not able to do.
yes.
That's what I saw.
Yes.
And it made a whole. And what it also did, a lot of the men, the servicemen, they weren't able to get their mail.
Yes.
And these women, with all the trials, with all the tribulations, with all the ups and downs, with all the prejudice, they were able to get the job done.
They were able to get it done. And their motto was no mail, no morale.
There you go.
And they did all that. It shows their resiliency, and that when you set your mind to doing something, no matter what obstacles are in your way or whatever you have to overcome, you will get it done. And
I'm going to tell you, when I was talking to some of the women that particular day during the event, one of the things I got, especially when it came to African American women, is that they had some issues with hair, not only just color, but with body shape, with hair, receiving proper, if they could receive proper uniforms, or what style should they wear their particular hair in. I mean, did all of these things come into play with you when you were in the military? I mean, you made it all the way to Sergeant Major, right? Command Sergeant Major, right?
Yeah.
So, I mean, how did you personally, with all the different obstacles that came about, how did you make it to that rank?
Do you know what it is? The everything in the military is about rules and regulation, and there's a regulation that governs everything that you do. We know then, because things have changed just a bit. We weren't able to wear piercing. We weren't able to wear our hair below her collar. Okay, now I've seen it below. I've seen the soldiers with the little nub, but we have learned, and you will see in our museum we have the little the bun. Every soldier, I think, had the same hairstyle. You had everything pulled back, and you had a bun in the back, and then your hat would sit on top of it and sit right on the back of the bun. It was the military style. But the regulation teaches us how we should wear our hair, how we should wear our uniform. Your uniform can't be fitted too closely. when at that time we were doing spit shine boots. How your
Mm-hmm.
boots had to be shine that when you pour water on your boots, the water
That's
pretty
right.
much run
Roll
right
off.
off.
That's
Roll
right.
off. I'm
That's
telling
right.
you.
I used to
And
love Soldier of the Month, boy. Get that one day off every month. I used to love that Soldier of the Month, boy. I was in
yes,
field artillery, so what we used to do is we take the rounds, the shells from the rounds, and we would put them in the bottom of our pants to blouse the pants, so
Mhm.
you get a nice square round shape. You see, and then you blouse them. Of course, we wore the jump boots, so
Uh-huh.
you spit shine those jump boots for hours,
Ooh,
man, rubbing and spit shining until you could actually literally see yourself in them.
help me. It's the
Yeah,
whole
yeah, yeah,
finger in that
yeah.
cotton cloth with that
That's right.
water and
That's right.
that black, ooh, and you
Yeah,
just
well,
go
I used
around
to
in
take it and I used to
circles.
melt the wax. I used to
Yes.
melt it, and then I would take it in. But those boots, you shining them boots for a whole month, because those boots, you didn't really wear those boots until you had an inspection or they were on display, like when they came through to check your barracks or something like that. That's when we wore those boots. Other than that, we wore our little field boots,
The cuffed up
run
one.
around
But
boots.
sometimes you get those on the spot check, and those cuffed up boots that has to look pretty good. You
Yeah.
know,
Yeah,
yeah.
I'm just wondering though, what the heck is going on with the military now? From my understanding is that when the soldiers, when they go in now, they actually got to pay for their uniforms. When we went in, you got your three sets, right?
Huh?
And you got you got your three sets of OD green at the time. That's when I went and we wore the OD greens. Then you got your dress greens. You got your dress uniform. You got your summer and your winter, 1-on-1, right? You got your shoes. You got two sets of boots. Everything else you had to buy, and they also got to pay now to go to get their meals at the mess hall.
You know what it is too? I think because they've increased their pay. Like, you know how when you join the military, you get to the reception station, they give you like a small check and they take you to the PX and you have to buy all the things you need. I think that the allowance they give them upon entering the military is a lot more than what we got when we came in. So they incorporate what their uniform and all the stuff that they need would cost, and they give them that money up front. And I also think about it too. They're using private contractors to make these uniforms and stuff like that. So you have to see where it's a business, where that funds are in exchange. But I know what you're talking about. It's like you used to get that money when you enter the basic training. They drag you in a bus or in the cattle truck and take you to the PX.
Cattle cars.
Yes,
Take
you got to climb up in
PX,
that.
make your buddy smile.
Now they put them all on buses and just and do you know that if like the Lieutenant Colonel Romes was on or Master Sergeant Dawkins, well, not Dawkins anymore, Dunn was on, you would have heard their story of how it was, like what we did. That cattle truck was no joke.
It wasn't.
It was no joke. You climb up in those trucks and you all up in those trucks to get to where you have to go.
Hot as hell.
Hot
as hell.
Those are real. Those are real soldiers.
Ain't no seats.
You hear what Tehran said? He said those were real soldiers. Now you can't say that.
We had to stand up. There wasn't no seats. You had to stand up. And when they say make your buddy smile, is because they would pack you in like sardines. And there was no room to sit down. All you stood shoulder to shoulder.
Yes.
And you made your buddy smile. That's how you did it.
Yes. I'm telling you, those were tough days, but they were good.
Yeah, with the soldiers nowadays, I don't know, man. They look sloppy, and is that some sort of tactic to look the way they don't shine boots anymore? They don't even iron their uniforms anymore
because they changed the uniforms. Now it's that wash and wear. You remember we used to have those kind of spray starch, or we dip them in.
Yeah. I used to get the powder starch.
Right.
I put it in with the wash.
Yeah,
Tehran, you remember? I wash them. You hang them up. And
they turn by themselves. Yeah, our grandparents used to do that. You remember Tehran? Yes.
I remember back in the day, we used to have bees flying around your house because of the starch. Yeah.
Yeah, you take those pants off the line and you let them stand up by themselves.
That's right.
When you get
Absolutely.
ready to iron those things, you have to wet them again because they're
Yeah.
so stiff.
Yeah.
But once you wet them and you iron them, you're crisp.
And
You
before
know,
you put them on, you run your hand through it, and then you pull them on. There you
Loosen it
go.
up. Yeah.
That's what I tell
memories,
you. Soldier of the
memories.
month. I used to love that soldier of the month. Give me that day off. Especially when they put me in Germany, I wanted that day off because then I can catch the tram and go down to Paris or somewhere like that. Hell
Yes. Oh, I'm telling you, those were the days.
yeah.
Back
You
in
know,
back in those days, it was pride to being a soldier back in the day. Now look what's going on now. You know.
yes, there's a
Oh.
lot that's going on now. You know, I remember a couple years back when they started, my sister, who was a drill sergeant, they started where on basic training, they were giving soldiers what is called a stress card. So if you were in and you were doing some activity and you were stressed, you could pick up, hold up your stress card. You know what our stress card was?
And what was that? What does that get you?
It gets you a relief. They take it easy on you, but you know
Take
what
it
our
easy
stress
on
card
you.
was? Yes.
I
You
hear
know what
you.
our stress card was? You
Yeah,
remember
foot
that?
in the ass. That was
Yeah.
that was my stress
And
card.
drop. You're getting down on that ground. You're
Yeah.
getting dropped.
Yeah.
You're
Oh, the
being
drill
pushed up.
sergeant. The drill sergeant. He'd have a one-on-one meeting with you in the office.
Yes.
That's right. Yeah. Or your stress card was because you didn't complete your training that day, and that means now everybody else got to go out and do it all over again.
Yep. We were
And that
all
night,
one.
that night, you end up getting a nice little party.
We were
You know?
all one.
You had
You-
a nice little blanket party. Yeah.
Wait a minute. Do you remember the days when if you didn't make your bunk tight enough where that coin
That's right. You
bounced
had a
on it?
couple quarter had to jump off of it.
Yep. I'm
Wow.
gonna tell you, when you come back from the field, you'll be wondering whose bunk is that came out the window because it's
Yeah.
in the parking lot.
And see, and what they would do is if your bunk was messed up, everybody's bunk was messed up. So you had to do it all over again.
Yes.
Yeah,
yes.
man.
Yes.
Yeah, it was a little rough back then.
Fort Jackson. Whew.
Yeah, you know, I went to Fort Knox, man.
Oh,
We
hard
had
knock.
no women. We didn't have any female cooks. Okay. And Fort Knox was something else because you had the Marine Corps recon that was there as well. They were training there too. So
wow.
and you had the Rangers that were training there. Everybody there was combat.
Mm.
It was all about combat, and they put foot in your ass. And it wasn't no crying or you was going home or none of that stuff, man. No, man.
Got to man up.
You got to better do something because if the drill sergeants didn't get you, your platoon would get you.
Yes, they would.
Okay.
And believe me, not too many times you will escape those drill sergeant. Not too many times that you will escape those drill sergeant. They were no joke. I think every soldier that have gone through basic training remember their drill sergeant. They remember their drill sergeant's name.
Yes,
You will never
Sergeant McCullough.
Drill Sergeant Harrison and the female Drill Sergeant King. You'll never forget their name. You won't, because they leave a lasting impression on you. And whew. But anyway, okay, everyone, thank you so much for hanging out with us for this introductory piece and listening to us as we reminisce about our service time. We appreciate you giving us your time. It is very important to you, and so therefore it's very important to us. Thank you so much. We look forward to entertaining you. We look forward to bringing on some amazing guests, as I spoke before, and we will have some real talk, and I hope that you will consider joining us and bring your friends on, and we'll open up our chat room, and you could send us some messages and we'll talk about it. We'll get real. We'll talk. Okay. And so once again, thank you so much. All power and praise go to who does all this power goes to?
God, baby.
Go ahead, Kendall. Tell us.
God.
And again, thank you all for your
God,
service.
but what is radio station that is about to bring it through for you all?
Well, we already know the station. It's the Empowerment Show, the Pennsylvania, the PA Empowerment Show. Thank you guys for tuning in. And don't forget to hit the subscriber button. And for those guys that have tuned in, you know, when we get to that 1,000 subscriber, I got a couple of gifts for you. So whoever my 1,000 subscriber is, I got a nice little package gift for you. All right.
Okay.
So
And we will join you too with some real tokens.
there you go.
Yes.
All right. So again, thank you guys for tuning in to the Empowerment Show. And this evening it actually wasn't the Empowerment Show. This evening it was Boots to Heal.
Heels. There
Boots
you go.
to Heels with Miss Claudette Williams. I'm calling her Miss Claudette, so I'm not using a military term because that's what she put up there was Miss Claudette. So I'm going to put Miss Claudette Williams, and we're going to live with that unless she decides she wants to change that.
And
again, Mr. Stevenson, thank you for tuning in, even though it's not the real Stevenson. We know. But it's close enough. Oh, close enough.
Thank you for having me.
And as always, what we say is peace on this station, peace to the world, and we'll see you again next time.